Thank you, Katerina, and thank you, Yumi, for bringing us together. I'm super humble and happy to be here with you today. I'm Silvina Moschini, was born in Buenos Aires in Argentina, in South America, and I am a technology entrepreneur and the founder of a group of companies. The company is Transparent Business, but I run a company called She Works, which is a social impact startup that seeks to connect the dots between talented women from around the world and work opportunities that can be done remotely. At She Works, we found the problem and we seek, as we all entrepreneurs, try to find a solution, which was that we leave the workforce at 51% when they have kids because of lack of flexibility. And I know that during COVID time, working from home is totally normal. Before, it was quite challenging to explain companies why they need to leave women remotely. So at She Works, what we do is basically to provide education and skills for employability. We, as Lindsay say, what is needed from tech skills to soft skills and digital skills, training them how to work remotely, get them ready to be successful in the market, and connect them a platform that is an Amazon.com finding talent with tools that enable companies to hire them and to manage remote work. And I'm super thrilled that during times of crisis, we can always find opportunities, because this silver lining of the pandemic is that now remote work is normal. And I truly believe that this will hack gender and employment and empower many talented women from around the world and a job that fits to their lives. So thanks for the opportunity in here.
Who was the person that inspired you? What was the thing that made you go into tech? And especially, you mentioned you were born in Argentina, so what made you move to the US, for example?
Very, very male-oriented country, because Latinos are like not precisely well known for being the ones that traditionally believe women as a pair. It was actually my dad, which is a very, very interesting thing, because I come from a family where my brothers are equestrian jumping. They jump on horse competitively. So I was trying as the girl in the family to find my place. And it's challenging when you are surrounded by champions. So I want to ask my dad what he wanted me to be when I grow up. And my dad was totally puzzled, because I was like this big, like 5 years old. And he said, like, why are you asking me that? And he said, well, I will tell you something. You can be whatever you want to be. If you want to be a princess, you can be a princess, but you have to be a princess that builds her own castles. And I didn't understand that until very, very, very late. It was the most inspiring thing I ever heard in my life, because later I understood that what my dad meant is that I can be anything that I want to be, but I need to be financially independent. And since then, my dad is no longer with us, but I will remember his message, and I decided to work to help men to be economically empowered, because I truly believe that true independence always starts with the ability to earn your own money, to have financial independence. So that was my main role model and inspiration, and the man that challenged me and made me push harder, and also become determined to help other women to push harder and pursue their dreams and dream big and change the world together. So that was my little learning from childhood.
I'd like to continue with Silvina and Lindsay on the same topic, that you're very involved, directly involved in supporting other women with your organizations. So Silvina, maybe you can start, share some inspiring story or...
Well, so Katerina, I will pick on something that Fatama said. Yes, girl, you look like an engineer, like a smart, driven, successful engineer. And we need to redefine how we see people, especially we see women in technology, because as you said, like, talent has no gender, and we should not limit ourselves by what the culture traditionally said that we can do. I'm a woman in technology, but my background is in communication. In my past life, I used to work for Compaq. I used to make people famous. I was working in public relations. So you can also be a woman in technology, driving a technology company, as in my case, that I lead a company, actually 3 technology companies at one, and not have a technology background. So I think that's also very important to show to women that you can work in technology without being an engineer. But engineers can look Asian, can look Russian, can look American, look Argentinian, can look Brit, can look as any one of the women in this world look like. And that doesn't have absolutely nothing to do with the looks. It has all to do with the ability to drive change and to understand the enormous power of technology. So one of the things that I'm doing now is I raise money as an entrepreneur. As a woman, it's always as difficult as to be a successful woman in technology, to be a successful entrepreneur raising money, because only 0.4% of money from venture capitalists go to non-American women entrepreneurs. That means, to give you some numbers, like 2019, last year was erased by COVID, so nothing happened. In 2019, like a company called Yule raised $10 billion. One company, one e-cigarette company, $10 billion. All women entrepreneurs combined raised $2.9 billion in the US. So it's less than 1/3 of the total money by all the women combined. So one of my missions now is to take the strategy that I took for fundraising for myself. I took my company to value at over $1 billion to many more women entrepreneurs from around the world, and take technology to democratize access to funding. So I'm going to be launching a show in the US with the top executive producer from Hollywood, which is executive producer of The Masked Singer, called Unicorn Show. And this Unicorn Show will take global private offering, which is a concept of technology to support crowdfunding. So women entrepreneurs from around the world can get their company funded by supporting their enterprises, the money of people who believe in them, without having to go to the traditional institutions. Doing global crowdfunding to change the reality, to have more women entrepreneurs. And I hope that there will be many, many more women that embrace technology, because technology allows women to build big companies, and only big companies have big impact. But you have to access money. If you don't access money, you cannot build a big company. Entrepreneur, or in a social enterprise, is exactly the same as being an entrepreneur. It's just it's called difference. When you run an NGO, you are running a startup. It's that the funding model, it's a little different, but the work, the struggle, and the hustle is exactly the same. So that's my mission, to have this year get thousands of entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs, access the money they succeed. And hopefully I will take it through the unicorn shows, and we have many more unicornias. So the female version of unicorns, which is like the magical name that they give in Silicon Valley to businesses that are value $1 billion. And this is like the magic, because once you reach a billion valuation, you don't go to them and beg them for money. They come to you. And this is about embracing power and being comfortable with power, which is one of the main challenges that we as women have: power and money, and our relation with power and money, because somehow in a very, very strange manner, we were taught that power is not cool, that you will be like, you will make people comfortable if you are powerful. And this is totally wrong, because we can be powerful and drive positive change and use our power to empower other women. And this is my mission, and I know this is also your mission, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to be sharing this with you. Thankful very, very much to Ayumi for everything that she does, and for giving us this platform to inspire and inspire other women as well.
That's Silvina. And will that be a woman, the show, or will it become with also women?
It will be to all entrepreneurs, but I will have a specific focus on women. I'm working with the United Nations, with the UN Women, to drive investment diversity in a program called Win-Win, led by the lead for the United Nations in Latin America, and also former Vice President of Panama. So I will specifically target women entrepreneurs. And with women entrepreneurs, we need to work a little different, because in addition to all the practical support we can all use, women and men, we need to work more in our mindset, because we need to have a winning mindset. This, as Patama said, and as exchange and share with Lynn in many different occasions where we spoke together, the main barriers are the barriers that we set to ourselves. These are the ones we need to remove, because other people's opinion, it worth nothing. What is most important is the opinion that we have of ourselves and what we can do and what's our place in the world, because the other one will not make the change that you need for you. They are just plain observant. You can listen to them or not, but whatever. Like when I talk to investors and they want to give me advice, I tell them, no. I ask you for money. I don't need your advice. If you give money, I'll take the advice. Right? What I really want is money, because you need to put money where your mouth is. If you believe in women, you need to hire women, you need to promote women, you need to fund women. The rest is all like, this book that I have over there, bullshit innovation. This doesn't work. And we should allow people to give us that. We need to be emphatic and assertive and ask for what we want and ask big, because only big companies make impact. Well, and many beautiful things have been said. So I will add that it's something that worked for me, which is to embrace my perfect imperfection. And this is what we all should do. Know that we are good enough. Know that we have everything it takes to be successful, to be powerful, to drive positive change in the world. Become your own hero. Scare the rules. Don't break the rules. Shine them a little bit and think creatively. And stop talking about things and get things done. This is my message.